How did you get this idea of Swilato? And if you can explain what Swilato is.
We found out that there are a lot of accidents happening. What we thought was to actually solve this problem, we have to improve. This was a problem that we took up. It was not even intended to be a startup, and we were supposed to submit an idea, but it got rejected.
So, is your family into business, or are you the only one into business?
So I come from a family of teachers. My dad is a teacher, my mom is a teacher.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Founders Formula. This is Pavan Bisamala, the host of this particular episode. We have with us Mr. Divyansh Saxena, who is the founder of Swilato Technologies. So, before we dive into this podcast, this is just a small glimpse before you guys watch the podcast. So, we have spoken a lot about entrepreneurship cell at his college and what work he has done in the entrepreneurship cell, and also more about his startup and how did he reach out to Nikhil Kamath and also get funded by his WTF fund as well. So stay tuned for the whole episode, and I hope you guys will like it and enjoy it and learn something interesting from this particular episode.
Okay, so hi guys, welcome to the episode 3 of the Founders Formula, and we have Divyansh Saxena with us today. So, hi Divyansh, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good too. So, nice to meet you. I know it's the first time you're doing this. So, yeah, maybe you can talk a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm currently running Swilato Technologies. I'm going to be graduating from BITS Hyderabad. And yeah, this has been a good journey. I'm currently working on automating and basically democratizing how insurance and cars work. So yeah, it's been a good journey. We started in 2024, and yeah, more on it as we go on.
Okay, so it's been almost 1 year since you started, or?
Yeah, pretty much. It was in December 2024, essentially. So, I mean, yeah, almost.
4 to 5 months, I believe. Yeah, so I mean, so how did you get this idea of Swilato? And if you can explain what Swilato is.
Sure. So, what happens is when it started as a college project, to be honest. It was like we had this course called Human Computer Interaction, and we had a project on it wherein we were told to work upon some real problems. So we found out that there are a lot of accidents happening, and yeah, we have had, all of us have had people personally related to us who have had that particular thing happen to them, and some of them, most of them actually don't have any fault of this, right? What we thought was to actually solve this problem, we have to improve the person's driving, right? So this was a problem that we took up. It was not even intended to be a startup at that point. It was just a project, but I have a knack for building products. PM has been my thing apart from startups. Like I love PM. So I got into it. We talked to users. We worked on the technical aspects of it. How exactly can we work? What are the things missing out? And we had around like 300 people working on surveys and everything. So that was there. Then we presented the product, and it was essentially a prototype, right? And we had the technical background, the know-how, how exactly it's supposed to go with the papers and everything. So that's how it started. And then there was this cohort that we had, and we were supposed to submit an idea. And I was working on 2 ideas at that point. I wasn't sure about the car insurance, how exactly it's going to work, and I actually submitted the other idea. It got rejected. My co-founder was like, he screamed on me like, why the hell did you not submit this one? And then he submitted that idea. We got into it. We went on to the finals, and it was a grant of like around 31.4 lakhs. And between that, we also got in the process we got a LOI from Ultratech Cement and Hyphen SCS to work on their fleet operations. So that was it. So basically, we started as a company, as a project, and then what we figured out was that this is something that has to be different from what the telematics industry is doing right now. The difference with telematics is that you need a device in every vehicle that you put in. Now the issue is that not everyone is willing to do that. Especially the only reason why you would put a vehicle device that will monitor how exactly you're working is when there is some advantage to him, or if you're working for him, right? That's what is happening in the telematics industry. So there are a lot of players there. There's Wheelside, there's FleetX, tons of them. We wanted to build a product which could improve your driving, and there was no barrier to entry to it. It was like you can literally download it on your phone and use it. As simple as that. There should be no barrier to entry. So that was the challenge that we were working upon. Yeah, that was it. That's all.
Okay, that's very interesting. So did you have any chances of working with any startup before starting Swilato? So how was that experience?
Wonderful, actually. I would say, like my first internship was starting in my second year to two. I was working in a company called Hyphen SCS. It's a warehousing tech company. It's a like the co-founder he was very helpful. He introduced us to a lot of things, how exactly things work in startup. We actually got a know-how about how exactly startups work, and it was my first break into product management, wherein I understood what exactly is consumer building, what is consumer interaction, how exactly are you supposed to build a product, what are the key players involved and everything. So that was one. And apart from the apart after that, I haven't stopped working. Like from two, I have been working for startups parallelly. Even when I was working on ideas, I was working with startups to since I'm just out of college. I did not have any corporate experience, right? I did not have the connections nor the experience. So ESL was there. Apart from that, it was just the experience that we got working. And it's like the best thing about PM has been that get to work with ground individuals. You have to talk to everyone, and that's what builds the. I guess that's what lays the foundation of actually building a product, because you get to know what are their problems, and obviously no consumer tells their problems. They don't know, but you get a good idea when you're actually shipping. So that's something.
All right. So I want to ask a little bit about your childhood. So how was your childhood? So is your family into business, or are you the only one into business, or how was it placed? Couple maybe let's say 10 years back. Were you even imagining of starting something of your own? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I come from a family of teachers. Uh, my dad is a teacher. My mom is a teacher. Even my grandmother was also a teacher. So till that, and maybe due to that and the interest that I had in like core sciences, I wanted to be into. I wanted to go into physics, like physics research and PhD. See that. But I was also interested in making products. Like it was not making products; it was like building something. So my first prototype I built was, I guess, in seventh or eighth. It was just a hoverboard which we had modified so that a blind person can use it. It had IR sensors and it was working on Arduino. It was a very simple product, but it was fun to make it. And after that, also like I've made several of them as school projects, let it be exhibition projects, etc. So it was just to build something, man. That's what was there. And getting into bits, yeah, I wasn't actually planning to come to bits. I was trying for IISc. That exam I screwed up pretty bad. But then I got into bits, and yeah, it has been transformative. This college has contributed a lot to me.
So can you talk a little bit about bits? What do you like about bits?
Best thing about bits is the independence it gives you. It's like there is this huge alum network which is always there to help you, and there is this system of independence that's always been there, and it's what is the defining factor for bits. You have a channel where you can do anything you want, and you'll be supported in it, and you have the chance to be good at it. If you want to be an SD, go be an SD. There'll be 1,000 companies that will be lined up. There are hundreds of people who are willing to give you advice for free, which is very, very valuable, because these are people who are HNIs essentially. If you're into startups, there's the best network for startups, and yeah, so that's been there. I was a part of ESL, so the first thing I learned from bits was actually sales. Like we got into ESL, and it was an online entrepreneurship summit. So I was there making like 500 calls a day, selling courses and shit. So it was like, even though at that time it was just grunt work, it gives you a lot of sales is something that cannot be taught as a course. You have to get on around, call people, be abused at, all of it. So that was their first year. Second year we got into operations, everything. It was a was a big fest, and yeah, I was involved in multiple of them because पढ़ाई तो नहीं पसंद यार मतलब तो यही सब कर रहा है तो it was that. So I was involved in second year of ESL. We actually came here. We went to high tech city, pitching our entrepreneurship summit, getting shouted at, and yeah, it was there. So I got the experience of how exactly operations work there. So that was there. Apart from that, we had a lot of projects. While I was not never involved actually in building the code for it, I was always involved in the project management. Like how exactly are we going to build? What are we going to build? That's my forte. So and yeah, third year was always like obviously when I was the chairman for the cell, and yeah, we had one of the biggest. We scaled it to one of the biggest summits in India.
Okay. So how did that transition happen? So getting yelled at to pitching e-summits to the one of the biggest in India.
To be honest, it's like even my first year still get yelled at, right? So it's like when you are making sales, the person who is listening to you doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care. If I'm also calling, he will yell at me. It's just that we did that in the first year, so now we just have more experience to it, how to handle it. That's all. It just doesn't hurt anymore. That's the difference, right? So yeah, that's been it. It's like now I know what to say. Now I know I can read the person when he's talking to me that what will convince him. The person who is pitching in first year doesn't know, but he will do 300 calls a day for 3 to 4 months. He will know what to do, right? That's it. That has been that has been transformative because once you're working on it and you put your skin in the game, you know the problems and you want to improve them. Once you get into power, you can actually improve them or screw it up more. Either way.
Yeah, so now I was just a little curious, and I wanted to ask about your co-founder.
Okay.
So what is he? What does he do? What's his role in Swilato?
So Swilato essentially works in tech and finance, right? And Raghunendra he is the person who is involved in finance. He built the entire financial model. How exactly are we supposed to cover insurances? Because car insurance in India is it's a very tactical thing because like anywhere else in the world, you will have insurance based on you, how exactly you are. If you're a student, if you're like 20 years old, if you drink, if you smoke, exact. But in India, it's based on cars. Now, one car has an insurance. It doesn't matter who is driving. Now, my issue is how do I do that? How do I offer insurances when I am actually examining you when you're driving, right? When you're driving, I will examine you. When in your car, if someone else is driving, I have to examine him. Now, who made the issue? What was the reason for the accident? What was the reason why you're claiming insurance? How would I know that? That is the issue. And the entire financial framework is even more screwed up than that because it is a legal issue essentially because they are connected to the car.
So how did you guys get this idea of car insurance? That's what I wanted to even know about, right? So too many markets which are untapped, but why car insurance? Why this market?
What we wanted to offer, it was like multiple factors. First of all, I want to offer something to you for driving better. What do I do? It's like I can offer you cashbacks and stuff, but we all know that doesn't work. I wanted to actually give you something that might sound valuable to you. And when we went to the ground, we saw better responses on car insurances compared to, let's say, a cashback or a coupon. So that was something that went like pushed us to get a car insurance, move to car insurance. Also, it was also dependent on our business model. So because we didn't want to charge the customer, because we wanted to improve his driving and charge the insurance company because we are reducing the risk of what they have. So, and we saw a major gap there because if you see if you see their income statements, so the EBITDA and PAT, the major difference that they'll have is the number because of the claims. If you reduce it by if you reduce the number of claims by let's say 2%, their PAT will increase by 6 to 7%.
Yeah.
And for insurance company, PAT is like hundreds of crores. Right?
Yeah.
So there was an opportunity there. So that was the reason why we went to car insurance.
So, what's with the name Swilato? So, how did you get
Oh,
that name? That's
actually,
interesting.
Swilato means it's like from wheel to bicycle.
Okay.
So Swilato is SWI is basically Greek for wheel, and Lato is bicycle.
Okay.
There's this famous story of Macintosh, if you've heard.
No, no. I
Bicycle
mean,
for the mind.
if
It's
you
like
can, yeah.
there's this conversation where Steve Jobs is trying to convince him. What's his name? I forgot. He was basically the CEO of Apple, who eventually fired Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells him that the most efficient animal in the world is condor. The most inefficient animal is human. But a human with a bicycle essentially becomes the most efficient animal on planet. So the right computer would be a bicycle to the mind. So apart from that, that was the inspiration for Lato.
Okay.
And wheel to bicycle was just 0 to 1 essentially.
Right. I mean, that's interesting actually.
Yeah, that's how
Because,
we came up. That's the real story.
right. So, did anyone ask you about the name? What's with the name
Yeah, actually,
Swilato?
well, a few of my juniors and stuff. But I haven't told this like in a recording or something. This is the first time. Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually interesting to hear about. Right. So, I just wanted to get on one more thing. So, are you interested in playing sports or video games, etc., etc.? Because,
I don't play video games.
okay.
I don't know. I've just never.
Mm-hmm.
I play sports.
Hmm.
I play cricket at club level as well, and yeah, professionally as well. I play badminton, volleyball, swimming, ball, a lot of them. So indoors
Okay.
as well. Chess. I love boxing. I'm starting
Mm-hmm.
boxing
Mm-hmm.
in a month from now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I'm starting. Chess is nice. Yeah, that's it.
Right. So, do you actually believe in work-life balance because you're
Bro, there's
working?
no work-life balance. There's nothing called work-life
Yeah.
balance.
Because I've spoken to several people who are working on different things. They said work-life balance is important hai. We need to like work for 8 hours, 10 hours a day, and then we have to take
I think I
chill a
would
bit.
say that maybe when I'm 35, but I don't think if when you're like 23, you should be focused upon work-life balance. You should be focused upon going as fast as you can because this is the
Yeah.
time that you have.
Yeah.
We wasted our time in cracking examinations and stuff. Now it's time to get into the real thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's the time. There is no work-life balance.
Yeah. Because you also have energy to roam
Yeah,
here and
it
there.
is the time that there is no leverage. You
Yeah.
don't have any dependency,
Yeah.
right? You don't have any one who is reliant on you that if you take some risks, then they might suffer.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? And you are young, you can work.
Hmm.
So why not?
Yeah. So, what's your take on team collaboration or teamwork? Because, as you said, so you're four of you now,
Yeah.
right? So, because there are four of you, so how it should be important when you're working as a team because it might be less, more, whatever number it is. But how well do you rate teamwork and collaboration?
I think I have personally struggled at teamwork
Mm-hmm.
because like mostly it was just Cecil that taught me teamwork because I was like the person if you I was very difficult to work with because I would yell at you and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you were leading and usually you were leading like 200 people, right? And they all worked on what you said essentially. So that's where you humble yourself and then you
Yeah.
have to listen to
Yeah.
people. Otherwise, what I have noticed is that most of the time your team members might spot something that you might not, and anyone who might be an intern, might be an employee, might be a co-founder, they can point out things that are essentially more valuable than anything I've been talking about over the last 2 years,
Yeah.
2 days or something. So team and the difference between startups and let's say people working for you is that in a startup there are no employees, right? These are all co-founders.
Yeah.
So they lead and you have to support them.
Yeah.
That is where I have to trust that this guy will do his job well, and I have to make sure that I do my job well.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, in startups, that is the fun of it. We are all equals. There is no employee sir or anything like that. And yeah, you get to make sure. Apart from that, from the fact that you have to make sure that you do your work well, you have to trust them that yeah they will do their work well and they
Yeah.
are the best in their fields.
Yeah.
So that is the trust that you have to build, and you may give suggestions, but you have to at some point agree that yeah he's the person who is taking care of this particular thing, and you have to give them say. That is the main important thing.
Okay.
Yes,
Got it.
teamwork.
So how did you find these two guys? Because your co-founder, I guess that's how you guys
Yeah.
started. So who are these two guys and how did you find them? If you can talk
Yeah,
a little
sure,
bit
sure.
about that.
So Raghunendra was my wingmate.
Okay.
And he was the one who shouted at me that why didn't you submit Swilato?
Okay.
So that's how we have known each other since our first year. And the other Nidhish, we actually met in BITS Goa. He's from BITS Goa.
Okay.
So we met him in a cohort, like in the same cohort. We had an off-campus event, which was in BITS Pilani campus. We met him there, and he was like a very dynamic guy. He had experience in the entrepreneurship camp in Germany and stuff. So yeah, we were he was the person who was, we thought that he's the best person for operations, because there is a lot of ground operations involved, and you need someone who can actually deal with any kind of person.
Yeah.
Right? So that was the reason of we getting Nidhish, and then Lokesh was again who is currently looking at the tech. So he was again one of our wingmates. He's a friend from first year, and he has been involved in mechanic. He is in mechanical, but he's great at ML. He's been doing that for years, and he built the initial architecture as well.
Okay.
Right from it. The initial architecture, apart from what we had built, the scalable architecture was built by him.
Yeah. So going in, as you said, you started in December 2024, which is probably 6 months, right, from now. So how well or how satisfied you are with
No, actually, December 2023.
2023? Oh, sorry, extremely sorry.
We registered as a startup and a company in 2024.
2024, okay.
Yeah, 2023 we started, like the project and everything was
Right.
2023.
2023, okay.
Yeah.
So because in the start you
No,
mentioned it's
actually
24.
2024
Okay.
registration of the company. 23 was the one when we started working on the idea.
Okay,
The
initially.
project and everything that I
Okay.
told was
So
2023.
so did you go all in 2023 or
No, we didn't even know that it's it's supposed to be a startup.
okay,
It was just a project.
okay.
Then when we started working on it, when we it was just me actually thinking about if it has potential. Then we were researching markets across the world. There are a lot of telematics companies. Let's say Octo Telematics. It's the biggest company in the world. There are several in India as well.
Yeah.
You can see FleetX, Wheelsci. There's a lot of them, and we were studying the market. Where is the opportunity there? And after that, like let's say March, or I would say March, April, we had a good enough idea that what are we supposed to do now?
Yeah.
That was the time that we knew this can work.
Got it, right. So how satisfied you are till now, from whatever your journey has been from the scratch till when you have taken it seriously as a startup, not as a project. So how satisfied you or probably your co-founder and your team is till now? Or how
it's
happy you are?
fun, but I wouldn't say satisfied. It's just starting out.
Yeah.
What's satisfaction?
Yeah.
And it's like the day I have 1 million users, I can say maybe I'm satisfied. Right now, I'm not, man. We're just working on pilots right now. A long way to go.
Yeah. Okay. Got it, right. So how do you think in a success of a startup, a co-founder plays a important role? Because choosing a co-founder in a startup is important.
The most difficult thing to do.
Right. Difficult and important as well. So how, according to you, how should one guy choose his co-founder?
Okay, so there are 2 to 3 things. First of all, you should be able to trust him.
Yeah.
Very important. He should be able to trust you. Secondly, he should be an expert in what he's doing. And thirdly, he should be the one who's taking initiative in that field. You cannot ask your co-founder to work like an employee, because he's a co-founder. He's supposed to work on himself. That's how startups work.
Yeah.
So these are the 3 most important things I would say. Like technically, if he's working on tech, if he's working on finance, he should be a good guy in finance. If he's a developer, he should be a great developer. And most important, he should be the one taking the initiative. He's the one who should be confident enough to taking the call, because essentially it's his company as well.
Yeah.
Like he might be on my place giving the interview, and I'm guessing he'll give you the same answer, I guess.
Yeah. So how long do you know him, or
First year.
From first year.
Like 2021.
Okay. Got it. That's cool. So now if we have to talk a little bit about the revenue kind, or the, let's say the finances part of it. So where are you exactly placed now? If you can tell me a gist
So
of
we
it.
are working on pilots on commercial vehicles essentially. So we have pilot projects with like signed with Ultratech Cement and Hyphen. So what we are working upon is like these guys will use our software. we'll make improvements on it, and once let's say if Ultratech is satisfied, they will deploy it nationally. Now that is where we can users. Now the thing is that we do not want to make revenue from users. We want to improve their driving, and the revenue actually comes from 2 to 3 steps. Now since we are working on commercial segment, the cost of the vehicle, the fuel charges, and everything is taken care of them by the company. Now, because you're driving well, so yeah, that's how it'll work. And since we do not want to make money from them, right? So what I want to do is I'm reducing the amounts of emission that they give, their vehicles give. Apart from that, I'm also reducing the fuel consumption, because when you're driving at a particular rate and you're driving well, you can reduce the fuel consumption by, like, let's say 15 or 20% over a year. So, like, growing obviously depends on the vehicle health as well and a lot of other factors. But yeah, theoretically you can. And I am doing that for the company for at a national level. And what I will be doing is that taking some of it from like as a commission. That's it. I'm not going to charge you anything for using the software, for improving the driving, and for improving the carbon emissions that you do. I will just be taking money from the profits that I did for you.
Got it.
That's what I do.
Right. So if I should ask you, I'm just curious, how did you reach out Ultratech?
Oh, actually, it was Nidhish. I didn't do it. It was Nidhish. He went into the factory. He talked to the manager, the senior manager, who he convinced them, and he got the letter.
Okay.
We had just, I was actually involved in product, so I was the one who was showcasing the product, and it was just one meet that I had. Oh, he took care of everything.
Okay. That's nice actually. So
That's how it's supposed to be.
yeah,
honestly.
obviously. Because you have to have, I mean, I know.
No one can take care of everything.
Yeah, obviously. You should have different sets of works for different guys.
Exactly.
So depending on that, they just go on with themselves. Right. So what's it with Bangalore? So why do you want to go to Bangalore, and why do you think it's important to go?
It is not, I would not say it's important. It's just for startup, it's, I guess, at this point, city of dreams, right?
Yeah.
You land in Bangalore, you can actually see like 1,000 startups.
Yeah.
That's the reason you get a lot of good network there. And there is a lot of positive energy regarding startups there.
Yeah.
So you get to know a lot. Whenever I go to anyone, like let's say an event, I get to talk to someone. It gives me insights. Right?
Yeah.
And since I am very young right now, and there are people who know a lot more than me.
Yeah.
I get to learn a lot there.
Yeah.
That is the major reason that I have to go to Bangalore every time.
Yeah. So are you just going to Bangalore for networking and learning things, or just to also to convert your product into?
Obviously. If there is a meeting in Bangalore, I'll go to Bangalore. If there is a meeting in Mumbai, I'll go to Mumbai.
Okay.
But for networking events, I have been traveling to Bangalore more recently, at least, because of the reason I told you.
So have you met anybody interesting or doing something as interesting as they are?
Several. I mean, I don't see so many people, man. It's like recently we met a few people who were working on a project called Dualite.
Okay.
So essentially, they made a Figma extension which would convert pixel by pixel conversion of any Figma file to code. And now they have built a complete platform that would essentially convert the front end into, like, it will also work on the flows that you make, create the backend code for it, and give you a complete APK.
Okay.
So they have made that. It was like, there are products like this, but the scale that they have gone, amazing. There's subtle AI. They're working on enterprise AI models. Basically, they are providing you, like, let's say banks or healthcare systems who have sensitive data. They cannot work on LLM models like ChatGPT directly because their data is very sensitive. So they're running LLM models, the power of LLM models, on your own service. They're providing that service to you.
Got it.
So that's there. And obviously they're making products on them as well. So there are small SLM models that might be required, suggestion algorithms, anywhere you want to integrate it will be done. So,
Got it. So how well or how important do you think networking plays a key or a major role while building a startup?
I mean, if you have heard this, it's from 33 laws of, it's like there are 5 buckets in any person's life. and those 5 buckets decide what you can do. So I would say, and it's on the order: skill, it's talent, it's money, it's network, and then there is power. Now, if you have the skill and you have the experience, then you can go on for the money and the network.
Yeah.
But if you don't have this, don't go for it. So it's like, it's good to have. It's very important to have a network, but first focus on skill and experience.
Got it.
Those
Got
more
it.
important.
Got it. Got it. That's nice to think about it. But do you and your co-founders attend for networking events, or it's like, so is it only you? I'm just asking for out of
No,
curiosity.
we go to networking
Okay.
events. Sometimes we go together. Sometimes we have to go and split. Like if he's in Mumbai, if I'm here, I'll go. If the event is in Mumbai, he'll go.
Okay. Right. So, as you said, networking events and talking to people is obviously important while you're building a startup. But does communication really matter? Because I've seen that few people, I mean, obviously, English is there everywhere, but people are there who are building startups who just know a particular language. Let's say they only know Hindi, or they only know, let's say in Bangalore, they only know Kannada, right? So, have you met across such kind of people who have a language issue, but they're again extremely smart in building products?
I've never met someone who has, like, if he's someone who's very important, very senior, and he has not talked to me because of a language issue. It might happen once or twice that maybe the shopkeeper or the auto rickshaw wala might not be comfortable because he doesn't know,
Yeah.
right? And he's working very fast.
Yeah.
It's fine. But someone who is giving you time to talk to you is also obviously interested to listen to you.
Yes.
So at that point, I don't think this problem happens, personally speaking.
Yeah.
Let it be Hindi or English. If he's not aware, he will tell you, just please tell me in English.
Yeah. Got it. Got it. So, because I've seen a couple of guys who are extremely smart, extremely hardworking, but the language barrier, language issue, which you can call, that comes a little bit.
Both of the people who are involved in the conversation should be understanding in
Yeah, I
that,
think
in that point, because it doesn't matter what language you're speaking.
Yeah.
Right? How does it matter?
Yeah, I think because the point you're trying to convey to
That's what matters.
to the opposite person is important rather than language.
Exactly. Like, it's just a medium at the end
Yeah.
of the day, right?
Yeah. Because especially in India, people have made it in such a way that if you're not knowing how to speak English, you can't live.
True. I mean,
So, I mean, that's not true in case of startups, right? Because if someone wants to start their own startup, because that's the way the founders formula also started, because we are trying to reach out to people who want to take that courage and start startups. Because I got this thought and I wanted to ask this because few people are there, I mean majority of people are there who have ideas. It's just that they can't communicate in English. Maybe they're thinking in that way and they're not able to start or put it out, right? But that's not the case. If you're a Marathi, Kannada, Hindi, Tamilian, anything, anybody, you can, if you have an idea, you can work on.
Yeah. I mean, who cares? Codes.
Yeah.
No one's gonna see which language you write.
Yeah.
Code, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Most of the people who you'll be working with, those are the people you'll be communicating with,
Right.
essentially. If you're going to pitch, you already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
And I would say prepare for it as well. If there are opportunities that will open up to you, just because you have to mug it up in some other language as well, do it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can speak your language.
Hmm.
Like, maybe there'll be someday then we can actually communicate in any language, and everyone will be okay with it. And obviously, everyone is okay with it, but like in formal ways, in formal events, people will be okay with it. That day might come, but until then, it's what matters is that your startup works.
Yeah.
No matter what you have to do for
Yeah.
it, man, honestly.
Absolutely. Right. So, if I should ask you, what are your future plans for Swilato? I mean, did you ever plan it out saying, okay, 2025 ending, we should be here, or 26 ending, we should be here? Or is there some thought?
Yeah. So currently we have seen some good results with the commercial segment, but what we want to build is an application that is as good as a sensor essentially put into your car. But apart from the driving sense, it can also read your behavior.
Right.
and it should be smart enough to know who exactly is the person driving, what is the speed of the car, and how stressed are you while if you're driving, if you're distracted and everything. I want to build a consumer application for it,
Right.
and we are currently in the process of that. Like that is the next sprints that we're gonna have is basically going through iterative changes. I'm getting to know people, getting target users, and then basically a charter user. We have a charter user program wherein we just push updates and then see what the user is telling us.
Yeah.
Once that is done, I'm not sure how long it will take. It should be by end of 2026 that we'll be able to launch it on, let's say, Google Play or somewhere.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate goal because it should be for everyone to
Yeah.
learn driving. It's
Absolutely.
not just commercial.
Absolutely. So, do you think revenue is important or brand awareness is important, or are both aligned or inclined with each other?
It depends. It depends on what kind of product you're making. It's like if you're a B2C product, your reach matters. You'll have KPIs, defined KPIs, key performance indicators. Work on them. Focus on revenue only when like it's a major deal for you. It's like if you're working in, let's say, an Uber. Revenue is not important for you. Contribution margin is important for you. If you're working in Swiggy, CM is important for you. That is something that you have to focus on. I'm not going to say that just go out and give everyone free courses and then like lose a lot of money. But focus on metrics. Those are the things that are important. Revenue will come. It doesn't matter. It will come with scale. But make sure that you have a model that builds on scale and then it is profitable on scale.
Yeah,
So that's
absolutely,
important.
absolutely. So, have you given it a thought? Like many influencers, or you can say creators, are talking about this, saying that after a couple of years, majority of the founders, in that sense, would make content. So, did you ever hear about that in any sense? Or
I mean, I've heard about it.
Okay.
Like
So-
if you have the quote I was saying, it's from the Diary of a CEO. It's a very great, like it's a great book and it's a great podcast as well, one of the biggest in the world. So that's how I guess he's also an entrepreneur. He shares stories with people, basically talking to people and then recording it and sharing it. I guess it's very Nikhil Kaman also started recently. So I guess it's very insightful to be honest, because at the end of the day, you have the network, right? What am I losing out of it? I just have to call a friend,
right.
talk to him for a while, send it to someone. But he is getting a lot of insights that he might not be able to because he is not able to meet this person, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it'll be a good thing if it's happening.
So, what's your take on that? So, do you want to create content, or what's?
I don't know. I don't find myself very photogenic, but maybe I would do audio recordings.
Because it's interesting talking to people, right? Because if you're having a
definitely.
discussion.
Yeah, I love talking to people. Like it's very interesting. It's very insightful. You get to learn a lot. So maybe someday, but I don't know. I haven't thought about it, to be honest.
Okay. So now, if I had to ask you, if you have to tell some guy who's watching this podcast, especially who wants to build something on his or her own, right? So what are the three things, or let's say a couple of things you want to tell them to focus on initially and to just not focus on? Because there are a couple of things you have to do when you're starting out something, right? And there are a couple of things you should not do. So out of your learnings, out of your experience working for 1 to 1.5 years, what can you tell to some ex-person who's starting out now?
I would say, first of all, know what you know. You should be able to know that I'm going to be looking after this. You should have some hard skills, very important. And secondly, don't take yourself very seriously. Like it's like, this is my third venture in college. I did a startup in my first year, failed. Second year again failed. This was my third venture, and in the middle of that, I've gone through hundreds of ideas. So it's okay to fail, but you have to make sure that you don't repeat the same mistakes, obviously, but you learn from them.
Yeah,
it's like it's important to fail, and it's okay. It's like no one comes up with like an idea for anything that's very important to just sitting on your couch, go through iterations. And one more thing is, like, don't focus on the charm, or the glamour that comes. It's useless. It's a double-edged sword. Like, if you're going up, obviously there are a lot of people listening to you. If you're going down, those are the same people who are going to knock you down. So it doesn't matter. Focus on your team, focus on the product, and love what you do. That's all. The most it's if you like what you do, man. It doesn't
Mm,
matter what you
yeah.
do. You like the process. That's it.
So even if it takes time, just
It takes time.
focus. Yeah.
It's like you like the process, no? It's
Yeah.
like you don't care about the end results or
Hmm.
how much revenue you're making or
Yeah.
anything. It's just like it's fun to do it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. It's like you have to control when you're building something of your own. You obviously feel closely about it.
Hmm.
You actually have the power to take calls, and
Yeah.
you are the end of the day. You are the only person responsible for the success and the failure.
Yeah.
If you can take that up, go ahead.
Yeah. So many people are stopping because of these things. What will my family say? What will my friends say if I'm starting something? What if I fail? This question is there, especially what if I fail, right? So as you said, you have failed in multiple startups and then you started Swilato, and that's probably doing well and hopefully it does as well. But how do you deal with failures?
I mean, to be honest, because I am essentially a PM first,
Hmm.
right? So whenever you see a failure,
Hmm.
it's just you not understanding the consumer well, right?
Right.
So gain insights from it and do it again. That's what failure is also about.
Yeah.
You just learn from it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's all that matters. If the change that you might require might be a simple product change, UI change, or it
Hmm.
might be to switching to a different segment or
Hmm.
to pivot.
Hmm.
But essentially, it is just you not understanding the consumer well, right?
Yeah.
And but you now you have some insight
Hmm.
that yeah, this is failing.
Hmm.
There is this reason that it's failing.
Hmm.
How do I make it work? That's it.
Yeah.
So it's okay to fail. I mean, it is the best part. You won't learn anything if you don't fail.
Hmm.
But don't fail at the same thing. That's foolish.
Right.
Just learn from it.
Yeah. So, how important is family support or friend support, as I mentioned earlier, also in any startup owner's growth or any entrepreneur's growth?
Yes, I would say like my family is very supportive.
Hmm.
So I would say it's like at the end of the day you have to go home, right?
Right.
And if you're working 18 hours a day or like 80 hours a week, so you don't really want anyone else to be burdening you.
Hmm.
That's where the family support matters.
Yeah.
And it's like they are there for you even though even if you fail tomorrow.
Hmm.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the thing that anyone else would
Hmm.
value.
Hmm.
If you can have that, great.
Hmm.
Don't stop if you don't.
Because some people quit in the middle.
Just
Right.
don't, man. How does it matter? It's
Yeah.
like one more obstacle. That's
Yeah.
it. Hundreds of them already. So,
So, how supportive are your friends, close friends, and probably family friends?
I mean, they are very supportive. They were very happy that I'm going for a podcast. One of them came to drop me.
Okay.
So yeah, they are very supportive and yeah, they're very nice. Obviously, we make fun of each other all the time, but yeah, it's like at the end of the day, I know that I can. They're just a call away, no matter
Yeah.
where they are.
Yeah.
Now, 5 years from now, doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, I think that's it for today's podcast. Thank you so much, Divyansh,
Thank you for
coming,
having me.
taking out the time, traveling till here, and joining us today. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you have any, thing to say about it, probably drop your comments and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to reach out to Divyansh, you have the LinkedIn description below. So, his LinkedIn profile. So maybe you can reach out to him regarding anything related to Swilato as well.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Like,
So, do you want to say something to the audience? You can, if you want to.
I mean, yeah, if you're working on like to listen to the podcast, yeah, if you gain some insights and you want to reach out regarding anything, if you need some advice or anything, I'm always there. And yeah, do what you want. Man. It's like just love what you do at
Yeah.
that point. It's the most important thing and be the most satisfying thing that you'll do.
Yeah. So that's it, guys, for this episode. I'll see you soon in another episode. Thank you.